This is Gadget Stop 321, and today was my first full day using the Jinhao 750. I replaced the original medium nib with a .6 Nemosine Stub, and last night when I was testing this nib out, it was writing extremely wet. And so I continued to use it today, and it's still writing pretty wet. Not unusably wet, but just a hair wetter than I would like it to. In fact, in this writing test that I did last night, you can see how the pen doesn't write uniformly. Some words will be very heavy ink, and some are, appropriate. And you can kind of see it. The ink that I'm using is Diamine Oxford Blue, and it is so heavy. Some of the, let me see if I need a little more light. Some of the words, like Nemosine, see if I can get it. You can see a red sheen. Let me focus it a little better. Jinhao, the word above it doesn't sheen. But Nemosine, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. There's just a red sheen surrounding each letter. It's kind of neat, but it's just not uniform. The look is not uniform. So I have my original Nemosine .6 stub in here. I've got a replacement nib that I was sent that in previous tests wrote quite a bit drier. I don't know why that is, but I thought, well, if I can switch nibs, maybe this drier nib will write more uniformly. So, well, before I pull it out, I'm going to do a short writing sample so I'll be able to compare the two. Oh, I didn't bring my glasses up here. We'll see how this goes. So you see it's not unusable, just really wet, especially for everyday use if I take this to school. Now I will say today at school, even with it writing this wet, this Oxford Blue is an ink that performs really well on poor paper. I was using it to grade papers and on a little cheap notepad that I have there at school, and it wasn't bleeding through even with it writing this wet. Okay, now we'll see how this goes. I'm going to switch the nibs. Give it a little twist. Comes loose fairly easily. Well, Prime the feed a little. This pen was very comfortable to, oh, there we go. Very comfortable to use today. I used it both posted and unposted. Really enjoyed it. Okay. Let's see if we can tell a difference here. Now, yes, I don't know if it will be very noticeable, but to my eye, yeah, you can see it right there on the end. See that red sheen? The ink is dry, but you can really see the red sheen. And in some of the letters in Nemosine on the top row in the original, and I'm seeing it, you know, sporadically throughout this top line. You can see a lot of red sheen, and I'm not seeing any red sheen in the bottom line. That just shows that it's quite a bit drier. I like the way this one writes better. And in my original tests, this replacement nib felt, I wouldn't say scratchy, but it was not as smooth as the original nib. But that's just, I think, a function of how dry the pen was writing. It's not writing as dry now, and that could be in part due to the ink also. Let's see. My handwriting's a little sloppy right now. I'm writing through the viewfinder. I'm liking this. One of the things I like about this smaller stub is that you can write smaller and it's still legible. Okay. Another step in the right direction. I think I'm going to stick with this replacement nib and use it tomorrow. See what kind of results I get. It's a very pleasant pen to use. I like this narrow stub. You probably can't even tell that it's a stub nib. It may just look like a medium nib, but I can tell the difference when you're using a true medium nib. It's hard to write very small legibly. You know, it's like using a dull pencil. You just can't write as small. But since with the cross strokes being more narrow, it just makes it easier to write smaller and it still be legible. So I'm going to test this out tomorrow, and but I have a feeling this is going to be my final setup. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel.